to a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is, baby. Best sports show in my city, best sports show in your city. You know what it is, baby. Ow. It's the underground. Yeah, baby, week in review. Matter of fact, training camp week in review, baby. Hey, it's getting here, you know what I'm saying? It's getting hot and hazy outside, so you know what time it is, baby. Time to kick this motherfucking season off, because you know what it is on the underground, baby. Talking big sports, talking big shit. Hey, NFL time, baby. We're here, baby. Ow, yeah, get ready to help me with these NFL player best nicknames, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do some fun shit. We're gonna go through a whole bunch of training camp stuff, see what's going down, you know what I'm saying? Ow, cause you know what it is. Yeah, it's the underground. Yeah, it's the underground. Underground sports show, baby. Ow. Appreciate y'all showing up, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're new around here, man, hey, what's up, boy? It's your host, Filthy Rich, in the motherfucking house, man. Call into the show, 412-407-2744. We live, that's what's up. Hit me up in the chat. You got something to say? I see you, Brasco. You say where you waiting? That's what's up, man. Hope you still here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go through a lot, man. Hey, first week of training camp. We've been waiting. All this off-season bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? All the stories, but now it's time to go, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know how I always start off the show. Gonna hit y'all with some icebreakers real quick just to smooth it out, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody get up in here, man. But the first one I got, man, is a RIP, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I started out with a RIP because I like to pay respect to the people that's dead and gone sometimes, man. First, you know what I'm saying? We got to do that. And of course, RIP to the fallen over the week, man. Theo, man, from the Bill Cosby Show. Michael Jamal Warner, man, gone, man. That's messed up. Hulk Hogan, of course, for what it is. Hulk Hogan, definitely big in sports. He's gone. He did some other controversy stuff that a lot of people don't like him for, but we all know Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan. And Ozzy Osbourne out of here, too. But my real breast icebreaker here, man, Ole Miss freshman Corey Adams, man. Let's say RIP to Ole Miss freshman Corey Adams. And here goes the story, man. Ole Miss Rebels freshman Corey Adams reportedly passed away from a gunshot wound suffered in Memphis, Tennessee, according to the Shelby County Sheriffs. Yeah, they responded on the scene on Fern Clove in Cordova at 10:14 p.m. Deputies say 5 people were injured in the shooting. When deputies arrived at the intersection of Forest Hills and Sutton Lane, stopped a car, finding 18-year-old Corey Adams of New Orleans, Louisiana, suffering from a gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Damn, it's fucked up, man. Ole Miss freshman finds himself in a sticky situation and ain't with us no more. RIP to him, man. Football season coming up, and you just hate to see shit like that, man. So, you know, I had to start the show off with that. And the wild thing about it was, what I wanted to connect that to is Stephen A. Smith was just talking about how people try to tell the city of Memphis that y'all need to change y'all ways and y'all need to help with the violence in y'all city because NBA players don't want to come play for the Memphis Grizzlies. He just said that, man. Everybody ridiculed him from that. All the Memphis players, even the Memphis team, the community in Memphis. And now we got a freshman that's going to Ole Miss from New Orleans. Goes to Memphis. We don't know what he was doing in Memphis, but hey, I'm guessing he's living his best life. He's a 20-year-old freshman. They said 20, right? I can't remember the age. But anyway, he was number 20. But anyway, Stephen A. Smith recently stated on ESPN's First Take the NBA players are hesitant to play for the Memphis Grizzlies due to concerns about safety and crime in the city. He mentioned some players, including Jimmy Butler, don't feel Memphis is a safe environment. Smith also addressed the issue directly to local authorities, urging them to address the situation. So yeah, man, he just warned them, and it's so unfortunate. This just puts a stamp on what Stephen A. Smith was trying to tell him. They can debate Stephen A. Smith no more. They need to do something about this city. And players, man, stay out the way, man. Stay out the way, man. You got to focus on what you're doing because there's so much in front of you. And like I said, I know he was living his best life, man. I've been there. We all been there that age before. But damn, man, it's so nuts out here that you got to tell these young bucks to just, stay out the way, man. Real talk, man. Or maybe it wouldn't be no RIP, man. Maybe we could see you playing football because we would definitely love that better. You know what I'm saying? For real. All right, coming up next, my question of the day, man. That's my icebreaker of the day. That's messed up that old boy had to go out like that. But yeah, help me out here, man. Top NFL nicknames. Now I got me a little list right here, man. I hope y'all been thinking about it already. Hit me in the chat, call into the show, tell me what you know. But who you think at the top in nicknames? I was sitting there watching the video, and it was Jerome Bettis, and I'm just thinking the Bus, and then I'm like, damn, the Bus, that was a real good nickname. Now, what other nicknames can you think of? You know what I'm saying? But this is my list right here, because I'm like, I don't know, man. The Bus might have one of the top nicknames ever. He might be at the top. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong, man. We're going to get to a whole bunch of other Steelers stuff in a minute. We're going to get to a whole bunch of other NFL news in a minute, of course. But, yeah, does the Bus have the best nickname in NFL history? I mean, when you hear the Bus, you know what it is, man. You ain't got to say Jerome Bettis. When you hear the Best, I don't care where you from, Jerome Bettis go right into your head. You know exactly who they talk about. You ain't like, who's the Bus? Nah, that's Jerome. You know that. Now, you see who I got second? Night Train Lane. That's just a dope-ass name. But you see who I got third? Cordell, man. Do the Steelers, my hometown team, or am I just being a homer like that? You know what I mean? But do my hometown team got two of the top 5 nicknames ever in NFL history. I mean, I ain't really good with names, so I know I'm forgetting somebody, but help me out here. All right? So right now, I got the Bus 1, Night Train Lane, who was the man, 2, and Slash at 3. I think Slash is a better nickname, especially for like what he was, but maybe because I lived through it. You know what I'm saying? But tell you something about Night Train Lane, the reason I put him at 2 is, first of all, he's a Hall of Famer. Him and the Bus is Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? We all know Slash ain't never going to be in the Hall of Fame, but that's okay. Talking about Cordell / Stewart if you don't know who I'm talking about. But you should, just off of Slash. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's coming in third for me. But Night Train Lane, 68 interceptions, bruh. 68. I want to say he had over 1,000 yards in returns off of 68 interceptions and 7 touchdowns. So, yeah, if you get in the Hall of Fame, you get a little boost for me. You know what I'm saying? Slash is at 3, but at 4, I'm undecided. Let me know. I got Ocho Cinco at number 5. I think that's a good one. When you hear Ocho Cinco, you definitely know who's people talk about. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to come up with a nickname for yourself and it work. Usually people give you your nickname. You know what I'm saying? But he came up with his own nickname and it still works. So I give him a little credit for that. But who else might be in there? Help me think about it. Now, I thought about it a little bit. I remember back in the heyday, back in there before Jerome Bettis, there was this dude named Christian Okoye. And they used to call him the Nigerian Nightmare. Now, I don't know, man. That might be getting up there. I might have to slide a couple people down now that I've said it again like that. You know what I'm saying? Nigerian Nightmare. But I don't know if everybody across the globe, across the country, when they hear Nigerian Nightmare, do they automatically go to Christian Okoye? Like I said about Night Train Lane, he's up there because of the Hall of Fame status, the bus. I don't know. Also got Walter Payton. Sweetness. Now, when you hear Sweetness, and you're a football fan, you know we talk about Walter. But for me, I always hated that nickname, yo. Sweetness, I just wouldn't be trying to be called Sweetness. Even back in the day, even though when Sweet was different, Sweetness was like, but Walter Payton was sweet than motherfucker. Sweet as hell. So he deserved the name. Now, I might be too much of a homer right here, but I'm throwing my man Big Ben in there. Now, you hear Big Ben, you know who they talking about when it comes to NFL nicknames. You hear Big Ben, you either talk about the clock or you talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, two-time Super Bowl champion, quarterback. So it's Big Ben, number 4. Should I put him at 5? Bump Ocho Cinco up? Y'all let me know, man. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, man. The best nicknames. Am I forgetting somebody else? Now, last but definitely not least, so I might have to slide up in here. Now, I might have to shuffle this thing all around by the end of the show. Somebody convinced me. But I knew it was somebody on the Seahawks who kept fucking with me. Motherfucking Marshawn Lynch. Beast mode. Now, we got to throw that up in there, right? When you hear beast mode, you know. And that's just, Marshawn Lynch he's borderline Hall of Famer. We got to look at the stats. But he's borderline Hall of Famer. Even though Big Ben is definitely going in the Hall of Fame, you got to like beast mode over Big Ben. Now, they both fit into the category of the name. They fit perfectly into the names. But beast mode? That's just much harder. I might have to slide beast mode up in there, bruh. We'll go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and do that right now. I ain't even playing. Beast mode. Fuck it. So that's my top 5, man. The Bus, Night Train Lane, Cordell Slash, Stewart. That shit was hard. Cordell was definitely Slash. Beast mode, even though they ain't even want to let him be Slash. Beast mode at 4. And Ocho Cinco at 5. Now, you tell me if I need to rearrange my list. Let me know. Top NFL player nicknames. That's the question of the day. Call into the show. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know what's up, man. All right, let's dig into it, man. One more little slight icebreaker for you, man. Did you hear about the nurse? That was the imposter nurse? Did you hear about the imposter nurse? All right, I seen it on the news this week where this nurse was going around the country. She was in West Virginia. She was going around getting jobs, okay? And then quitting the jobs. But she was a fake. She wasn't no real nurse, bro. She was a imposter nurse, but she was passing all the background checks. She was passing as the person, you know what I'm saying? With their credentials and everything and getting real nursing jobs in hospitals. A whole imposter. She was in like 6 hospitals in this area and a whole bunch of hospitals, over like 20 hospitals in other states surrounding us, like West Virginia and Virginia and stuff like that. You know what I mean? She was all around. And every time she went somewhere, she was a new person. And she was doing it to rob them from the money, period. She would get a couple checks and get out. And then she would steal medicine and get out. When they found her car, all types of medicine in her car from people that she was playing like she was patients with. So she was a straight imposter. And that's crazy to me that they could really hire somebody and not know who they really are. I always tell people, man, you fill out your application and you put, I went to blah, blah, blah high school. I went to CCAC for it. Man, they never check that shit, bro. You can say anything on there. You can say anything on there, especially on a lower tier job. They don't give a fuck. They ask about your education. They ain't looking to see if you got that high school diploma or not. But you would think a hospital hiring a nurse would dig deep. But the police said, man, she had a way of passing a background check and everything. And how she got her loophole was during COVID because they was thirsty for nurses. So they got lenient on how they was hiring because it was mass hiring. They was so thirsty and so needy that she just kept using that loophole, getting new jobs and stealing. And basically mistreating patients because she's stealing their medicine and shit. But to connect this to sports, my team, my Pittsburgh Steelers, we got a whole bunch of new hires around here too. And I'm wondering if any of them might be imposters. Is it possible that any of these new people for the Pittsburgh Steelers are imposters? Because just like the hospitals during COVID, we, as the Pittsburgh Steelers, were thirsty. So thirsty. The Rooneys and half of the city was not with the losing season shit at all. Was not with the taking at all. Everybody was mad at how thirsty they was for Aaron Rodgers and waiting for Aaron Rodgers and dissing Justin Fields and treating Russell Wilson like the ugly girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So the Steelers was definitely thirsty, and what we did is we went out and got a whole bunch of people for hire. Now, Aaron Rodgers is the main culprit, you know what I'm saying? But what I want to know is if any of these dudes is imposters. We got Aaron Rodgers in town, DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey. We got these new people in town. Is they going to be a fraud or is they going to be a dog? You know what I'm saying? Is they going to be frauds or is they going to be dogs? Now let's talk about Aaron Rodgers first, man. And I want y'all to tell me if you think he's going to be a fraud or a dog. Because I'm going to definitely let you know how I feel about it, man. Now, Aaron Rodgers, I do believe, as much as I didn't want Aaron Rodgers here, much as most of us didn't want Aaron Rodgers here, I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to wind up being a dog for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. Now, we've been watching training camp, and it's early. I done seen Aaron Rodgers throw 2 picks already, but that's okay. And I'm going to tell you why that's okay. That's okay. Because it's going to take the offense a little longer to get started than it will the defense. If Aaron Rodgers was already out there slicing up our defense, I would be worried. Because if you know football, if you've been around football enough, you know the defense is going to jail before the offense is going to jail, especially when you got a slew of new people. We got linemen playing different positions than they did last year. We got linemen coming back because they didn't play all last year. We got a brand new quarterback, brand new receivers. It's going to take a minute to gel. So the Steelers got a lot of work to do, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers at some point is going to turn into a god instead of, not a god, but a dog instead of a fraud. Because he's got these weapons that I think is better than the weapons he had for the Jets. Yeah, he had Garrett Wilson. Yeah, he had his boy Devontae Adams. But the 2 tight end set and DK Metcalf on the outside, that's just big bodies on the field. So I think that's going to help the running game. And I think that running game is going to help Aaron Rodgers. Okay? And that's something the Jets just didn't have. I'm starting Jalen Warren at running back to get most of the protection I can get on Aaron Rodgers. And I can see Aaron Rodgers maybe throwing for 30 touchdowns this year. Last year he threw 28. It ain't that hard, man. With a defense to back him up, better coaching, everything in Aaron Rodgers' situation is better. All he got to do is be better. And where Aaron Rodgers was bad at last year was not the stats, not slinging the pill, was situational football. He made the wrong play at the wrong time a lot. If he can clear that up, Aaron Rodgers will be a dog, man, with his situation right here. Now, next up, DK Metcalf. Fraud or dog? Now, DK Metcalf ain't had, you know what I'm saying, ain't had the greatest seasons lately, all right? DK Metcalf only had 66 receptions last year. Let me get to make sure I got the stats all the way right. Hold up. DK Metcalf. Yeah, last year 66 receptions, 992 yards. Okay? Long with 71, 5 touchdowns. So it ain't like he went crazy. He really hasn't went crazy since back in 2022 when he had 1,303 with 10 touchdowns, 83 catches. The year before, in 2023, he had 66 receptions for 1,114 yards. Even though he missed games in both seasons. So DK Metcalf, as big and as strong he is, he does get hurt. Now the thing with DK Metcalf is, those ain't the worst numbers in the world, but he's getting paid to get more numbers than that. The way he's getting paid, $30 million a year, we need more than 66 receptions and 900 and something yards. But I don't know if DK Metcalf is going to be capable of really getting that many yards. Aaron Rodgers, I feel like, is going to spread the ball around. And you got a lot of people that are expecting to get the ball. You got 2 tight ends. You just paid Pat Freiermuth. You just traded for Jonnu Smith, who had more receptions than DK Metcalf last year. So he's expecting the ball. Jonnu Smith had 101 targets last year. And the way Jonnu Smith played, they need to give him the ball. So at the end of the day, man, I think there might be some potential for DK Metcalf to be a fraud and not get what we think we're getting out of DK Metcalf, which is a automatic Pro Bowl. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We shall see. All right, up next, Jalen Ramsey. Fraud or dog? Once again, we talk about which Steelers are going to be an imposter, maybe, that we just picked up because we've been so thirsty, right? We just been going out, snagging and getting a new team. Everybody's old. Jalen Ramsey, 30 years old, huh? They want him to play safety. They want him to play in the slot. They want him to play on the outside. They want him to do a whole bunch for a 30-year-old player that another team did not want. For what reason? But I do feel like Mike Tomlin is the type of coach that can get the best out of Jalen Ramsey's personality. Let me say it like that. Because Jalen Ramsey's going to keep the same personality, and you want him to. Mike Tomlin said all the time, I want to be able to say whoa and not go. He ain't going to have to tell Jalen Ramsey to go. So Mike Tomlin likes these type of players. As long as you can keep everything on the inside, Mike Tomlin's cool with it. He let a whole bunch of players be wild over the years. The only one he got mad at was Antonio Brown, and that was at the end because you let the shit leak, dog. But Mike Tomlin will let you be you and do you. I've seen him do it to plenty of players. So do I think Jalen Ramsey is going to be a fraud or a dog? I'm going to say dog, man, as long as they use him properly. Now, I heard they threw him back at safety right away at camp. But I wouldn't worry about that just because I want him to play his natural position at corner and what he's used to doing. But he did play safety in college. It ain't like it's strange to him. And he is that type of physical player that can make a tackle. But I definitely want to see Jalen Ramsey move everywhere. The most spot I want to see him in is in the slot. And I want to see him blitzing off the slot. And I want to see them bring that corner blitz back to this Blitzburg shit, man. They got to bring that corner blitz back. They got to be able to blitz more. Sending 5 all day ain't working. Sending 4 and 5 just ain't working, especially at the end of the season. So hopefully Juan Thornhill can do his thing in the back end, and we can send Ramsey after these quarterbacks. Ramsey get in their ear a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to say Ramsey's going to be a dog. Because I got a feeling Mike Tomlin and got a plan for Jalen Ramsey. He's like a utility. They wasn't even thinking about getting Jalen Ramsey. I think they wanted my guy that's up next in Jonnu Smith for that offense. But Jalen Ramsey came as a luxury with it because they didn't want him. They didn't want him. So like I said, let's talk about Jonnu Smith now. Fraud or dog this year coming up. Is he going to be an imposter? This is a tough one. Why is it so tough? Because Jonnu Smith had his career year last year. 84 yards. 80-something receptions, I believe it was. Let me get it right. Smith's that, yep. 88 receptions, 884 yards, 8 touchdowns. I love it all. Long, 57. Jonnu Smith, telling y'all, man, he turns into a running back once he gets the ball. He's built like a running back. 6'3", 248. Come on, dog. You got to get him the ball in space. You got to run that tight end screen. Hit him with a couple tight end reverses. I'm telling you, if you just treat him like a regular tight end, you won't get what you're supposed to get out of Jonnu Smith. Now let's check his stats out because his best year was his first year, last year with the Dolphins. Now the Falcons in 2023, we played for Arthur Smith, which he's coming back to Arthur Smith. Just a big drop. Well, Arthur Smith is the coach. He only had 50 receptions with 582 yards. It's a big drop. Now, the average actually gets a little higher, about the same. The average is 10 yards last year for the Dolphins, and the average for the Falcons was 11.6. Long, 60 once again, but only 3 touchdowns. So once again, we have to try to replicate what the Dolphins did. And that's up to Arthur Smith, who also might look like an imposter this year if he can't get it done. Omar Khan went out and did everything he could do for Jonnu Smith. Got him a bona fide quarterback. He's old, but hey, he's bona fide. We've seen it done before. Get Jonnu Smith, who's coming off a career year. Go pay for DK Metcalf. Draft a top running back. Come on now. Arthur Smith, this one's on you, bro. Let's make sure you ain't no imposter, man. All right, once again, talking about imposters like the nurse. And my last guy, y'all not going to believe I'm going to say this one. As much shit I talked about this guy for this guy, on this guy's side, T.J. Watt. Is T.J. Watt going to be an imposter this year? Is he going to be a fraud or a dog? Now, I know he's not new to the team. Of course I know that, right? But that's not what I'm saying. T.J. Watt just got paid a lot of money. He's the highest paid player in the NFL. That's not a quarterback. So what you got to do is live up to that. Can T.J. Watt live up to the pay? $41 million. Can he live up to it? He sat out for it, held out for it. Nobody wants to see a guy that got paid $41 million or they know is the highest paid player in the world and complained about it and sat out and said I wasn't going to play. But they don't want to see him go out there and get 11 sacks again, do they? No, we don't. You my guy, T.J. Watt. I told everybody you deserve the money. Now you cannot go out there and be a fraud. You must be a dog. You must be a dog. Now, other people feel the same as me. Let me read what Mark Kaboly, who's big time around here in Pittsburgh, said when he was up at training camp. He said on his Twitter that Steelers beat writer Mark Kaboly of The Athletic recently posted to social media that he predicts T.J. Watt will surpass 20 sacks and flirt with the single season record in 2025. Watt tied the official NFL single season records with 22 and a half sacks in 2021. So, Mark Kaboly, who's the big time around here, the big guy, big time NFL insider right here in Pittsburgh, he thinks or predicts that Watt will flirt with the record again after getting paid $41 million a year. A lot of it guaranteed. Not only does he think that he should do that, he will do this, he definitely thinks that he should. Like I'm saying, you can't go out here and bring no fraud. T.J. Watt, yeah, you ain't new. You ain't just get the new job, but you gotta raise. You gotta raise like no one's ever got before on offense or defense. You got to step up. T.J. Watt, as far as up as you are, there's one more step you got to take. You're going to have a lot of dissatisfied Steelers players, man. A lot of people's on your side. We're waiting for you to do this, man. So let's go, T.J. Watt. All right, man. While we here with the Steelers and on T.J. Watt, let's stick around on T.J. Watt for a minute. And I'm going to ask you this, man. He's getting paid a lot of money. How should we treat T.J. Watt this preseason? You got 3 preseason games coming up. Should T.J. Watt play at all? We know he got low-key injury issues. You know what I'm saying? He was banged up a little bit at the end of the last year. One year he got hurt. We lost a whole bunch of games. Our record is 1-11 without T.J. Watt. So tell me, how do we treat, what do you think we should treat T.J. Watt like in this preseason? Should he play at all? Should we treat T.J. Watt like a quarterback that knows exactly what he's doing? Like you normally would treat Aaron Rodgers. Now, back to Aaron Rodgers real quick. I think Aaron Rodgers got to play. Even though the season as Aaron Rodgers is, if he was still with Green Bay or if he was coming off a season where he played for us already, be different. But I think Aaron Rodgers needs to play a lot in the preseason. A lot. You've seen the man already threw 2 interceptions. The defense looks like, at least with the videos coming out, that they're dominating at practice. I haven't seen any sexy plays by the offense. Not yet. Ain't nothing leaked yet. I ain't saying they ain't had no production, but whatever happened, I don't know who's seen it. Hasn't been me yet. Everybody's happy about that catch DK Metcalf caught over JPJ's head, but he was way out of bounds. So as a receiver, you can't run out of bounds, and as the quarterback, you can't throw him out of bounds. So that's both of their faults. JPJ had him locked up. But we'll get back to that later. Back to what I was saying about TJ Watt. We might have to treat him like our quarterback this year. And give him no reps in the preseason. I don't really see what TJ Watt is going to get out of reps in the preseason. Maybe one series just to go through the routine, get on the field, knowing I'm about to start, knowing I'm about to play. Get out there in 4 plays. Hopefully the defense get off the field and just get used to the speed of the game real quick, and TJ Watt got to go. Don't try to do nothing fancy. Make no plays crazy like that. Nah, TJ. Needed way too much, man. But we definitely need to start fast with our schedule, because our schedule gets harder on the back end just like last year. I believe we're a better team, but we got to start fast, and that's going to be up to Aaron Rodgers, man. TJ Watt is going to be TJ Watt. Now, the rest of that defense, they need to be playing. Jalen Ramsey need to be communicating. You know what I'm saying? We got new dudes up front need to be communicating. Our first-round draft pick, Derek Harmon. We need to really see something out of him. He need to play all 3 games. Not worried about him getting hurt. So, yeah, this is a very important preseason for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of new people in new places. And we need to get our timing right on offense. That's one thing I can tell about training camp in week 1, man. All right, let's jump about. Let's jump up off the Steelers for a minute here, and let's get to some NFL news around the league. What's up with y'all, man? Hey, hit the like button. Call into the show. It's the Underground, man. 412-407-2744. Once again, hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. But yeah, this is how we get down, man. Talk sports, talk shit. We in Pittsburgh, but we talk about the whole league. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I seen, or more than one thing, seen a whole bunch. But let's talk about the Christian Wilkins situation, man. Did y'all hear about Christian Wilkins? Now, Christian Wilkins is a defensive tackle that used to play for the Dolphins, now play for the Raiders, big time money. But here's the article right here. Reports to another possible reason for Christian Wilkins' release. If you have been watching or been reading closely, you may notice a hint or two that the release of Raiders defensive tackle Christian Wilkins may have related to something other than the dispute over his lingering foot injury, all right? So what happened with Christian Wilkins is that he was cut because he didn't want to get a second surgery, all right? You know what I'm saying? So he already had a surgery on his foot. Now, it was on his foot, and the ligament is called, hold on, let me see if I can find a little piece. Hold up. So I can know exactly what it's called. But it's the bone that connects your toe, your pinky toe, to your foot. Right? So that bone right there on the outside, man. Right there on the outside. Let me get to it. Hold up. It's in here somewhere. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, I still don't know what the bone's called. Okay, now here we go. So the bone, still don't know what it's called, but it's right there by the pinky. You know what I'm saying? If this was your foot right here, you know what I'm saying? Run down here and that bone right here to connect that pinky on your foot, though, it won't heal. And it's called non-union, okay? It says in medical terms, a non-union refers to the failure of a fractured bone to heal after a prolonged period, typically beyond what it is normally expected. It signifies that the bone has not knitted back together and unlikely to heal without further intervention of or surgery. But he already got one surgery, but they're still claiming that the bone is non-union, so it's not healing. And they want him to get another surgery. And he's like, nah, I ain't getting no another surgery. So they cut him. And they voiding $35 million out of his guaranteed money. So I just think it's a fucked up situation for my man now. He already put, he's already suing the NFL, put a claim in with the NFLPA and all that to see what's good. But I just think it's wild how they can just cut him for that. Instead of just, what can he do? What? I would not want to get another surgery on my foot, and I'm that big of a dude. I might have said the same thing. I might not care about the money neither, because sometimes, he already got about 20 million in that 54. Sometimes you got to think about you and the rest of your life. And it seems like that's what Wilkins is thinking about to me. He's like, nah, I ain't getting no other surgery on my foot. The foot's already tender. You know how small that bone got to be in your foot that connects your pinky to the rest of your foot. So imagine already getting surgery on a spot like that. Then they want you to dig in there again just to get back on the field and do it again. And maybe I'm injured for life, because you can't just keep fucking with a little small bone like that. So he's saying he got his medical people telling him no, but the Raiders medical people was telling him, yeah, you need to do it, and they just let him go, man. So I got a feeling that they're going to owe him this money eventually, somehow, some way, that this can't be right. This can't be right. But yeah, non-union fracture, man. It won't go back together. All right, up next, I got my boy Desmond Watson, man. Desmond Watson, y'all remember Desmond Watson from Florida? Big boy. Buccaneers placed 449-pound Desmond Watson on non-football injury list until he gets in better shape. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are holding the line on defensive tackle Desmond Watson, who will stay out of practice until he loses some weight. The team placed the rookie on a non-football injury list on Tuesday, where he will stay under until he gets into better shape. Watson, an undrafted rookie out of Florida, made headlines in March after weighing in at 464 pounds, for the Gators Pro Day. That weight makes him one of the heaviest players ever to join the NFL. According to Tampa Bay roster, Watson has lost weight in the past few months and currently weighs 449. He is listed by the team as having a non-football illness, but is still active. On Wednesday, Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles said that he was pleased with Watson's progress. He also says it's just about trying to get him better, to be a healthier player on the field. Head coach Ted Bowles said, that's kind of where we are right now. He's working at it, and we're working with him, and that's all you can ask. That's all you can ask from him right now. All right, and I get that, man. You know why? Because it's hot as shit outside right now, bro. I ain't nowhere close to 449 pounds, and I'm ready to pass out this motherfucker with the humidity. So, if you 449 pounds out there in this heat, you might just need to chill. Because that's a lot. And don't nobody want to see nobody passing out, overheating. Now, once the game starting all that, you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know how they're going to get this big dude ready, but I just feel like the coach is scared to put him out there. That's just what it sounds like. You're just too big, dog. He's happy with his progress. Probably want him to get around. If he's 449 now, he probably want to get him around like 425 or something like that. 430. And then, being that big, man, can still be that dangerous. But, I don't think they plan to use him as a full-time player at that size and that weight. Florida definitely didn't. So if you didn't do it in college, I really doubt if you do it in the pros. So what's the boy killing the boy now when you plan on using him in the season when they get to the nitty gritty? You know what I'm saying? When maybe Philadelphia's in the playoffs and they try to do the tush push again. You know what I'm saying? That's when they want to use the cat. So don't get the boy hurt now. 449 pounds. Treat him like he is what he is. But he also was the strongest player ever to come out of the combine. I think he bench pressed 250 pounds 46 times. So he ain't big for nothing. My boy Desmond Watson, man. We're checking him out down in Tampa Bay. All right, up next, man, an ex-player, man. We've talked about some ex-players later for my Pittsburgh Steelers. But Justin Fields, man, was carted off the field with a dislocated index toe. All right? Got stepped on. Now, which one is the index toe? I'm thinking the index toe is the big toe. Index, your big toe, your big toe would be your thumb. So no, you're right. It's that next one, right next to your big toe. That motherfucker gonna hurt too, because that motherfucker's small. It's a little tender. I might rather you step on my big toe. You stepped on that, and they said he dislocated it. That shit had to hurt. Had to get carted off. It probably looked nasty. But I did see him running back around his second day. Now, the wild part about it was, at first they was talking about Achilles. I think that was like Thursday. This news came out that he, tore his Achilles. He might be out for the season, just like Aaron Rodgers was. But no, I don't know who blew up that story like that. That was wild. That was wild, because usually we wait for the guy to say something before it just gets out at national news like that and everybody's talking about it. But yeah, they said it was the Achilles, but it wound up being a toe. They seen him running around, but that don't mean just because you're running like you putting a whole bunch of real pressure on it. But I'm guessing Justin Fields will just be able to hang out, chill out a little bit. They want to get him acclimated and ready to go in their offense, but you don't want to aggravate nothing either. You know what I'm saying? Because you paid him a lot of money. You want him to be there to start. I was definitely hoping he didn't hurt his Achilles, because I wanted to see that matchup. First game of the season. My Steelers got the Jets. It's a rematch, baby, for ex-players. Justin Fields versus Aaron Rodgers. Definitely need to see that, all right? All right, moving on, man. Did y'all see Tyreek Hill? Did y'all see, not Tyreek Hill, but Tua on what Tyreek Hill said? That shit was kind of wild. And I thought I had the video here, but I don't got the video. But anyway, Tua was just kind of, he was basically saying that things ain't really right with Tyreek Hill. We all know Tyreek Hill, after the season was over last year, wanted to get out of Miami, was frustrated. And Tua was saying, hey, we really just meshing things back together. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just starting to talk to people about his outside problems and, explaining to people why he was acting the way he was acting last year. So it's still a work in progress. And what was wild about it is that usually players hide stuff like that. You know what I mean? You ain't just going to come straight out to the media and, scream on Tyreek Hill like, Tua did. And Tua's usually more like of a quiet dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can pull it up. But yeah, it was kind of wild, man. Here it go, right here. Let me see.
He's conversating a lot more with the guys, not just about football, but about things off the field. Being vulnerable with some of the things that, people know about his personal life and things of that nature. And I think that's the first step to him building true relationships and a real connection with a lot of the guys in there. Everyone knows what he can do on the field. Everyone respects what he can do on the field. But I think, he's still trying to figure things out for himself as well. Kind of the man he wants to be. And, he's not too young. Like, everybody makes mistakes. It's just some people.
He said he's not too young. Everybody makes mistakes. Hey, man, Tua went on little, man. I'm going to start this shit over, dog. Like, this is kind of wild for the time period. I mean, it's training camp. And usually, like I said, players kind of they usually put the icing on this shit so people don't see this type of stuff on the outside. But Tua, he just was not feeling it. And I don't know if somebody asked him a question that got under his skin or he just had to get this out there. I mean, he got his beard going. He don't even really look like the Tua that we know. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, maybe that last concussion knocked this different type of Tua into him or something. But he wasn't having it. Let's listen up again.
He's conversating a lot more with the guys, not just about football, but about things off the field. Being vulnerable with some of the things that, people know about his personal life and things of that nature. And I think that's the first step to him building true relationships and a real connection with a lot of the guys in there. Everyone knows what he can do on the field. Everyone respects what he can do on the field.
Now, everybody can respect what he does on the field, right? But what he's trying to say is, we respect that, but we don't respect this other shit. You know what I'm saying? That he's pulling. And that goes back to him, you know, talking shit about the team at the end of the season, putting them on blast. So, Tua's kind of just putting him on blast, letting him know, you know what I'm saying? It ain't cool, is it? That's just what I feel like Tua's being that type of leader right now. Because sometimes you got to lead in different ways, man. Sometimes you got to pull some shit at the house. Sometimes you got to embarrass somebody.
But I think, you know, he's still trying to figure things out for himself as well. Kind of the man he wants to be. And, you know, he's not too young. Like, everybody makes mistakes. It's just some people, you know, they're in the spotlight, you know, and their deals get pushed out more than some others. So, you know, just got to cut him some grace. I mean, that's our teammate. You know, we love him, but as a person, if you get to know him, I think you love him too. I'm not the only one that heard that. You guys aren't the only people that heard that. You know, a lot of people that follow football, that follow the Miami Dolphins, that follow Tyreek, that are fans of his. Everyone has seen that. So when you say something like that, you don't just come back from that with, hey, my bad. You know,
See, and that's what he's talking about. Like I've been talking about the whole time. We put him on blast last year, man, and they ain't like that. Talking about I'm going to another team. I got to roll. These dudes ain't about it like me. They don't want what I want. It was fucked up. The two is still in this feeling about it. I ain't mad. And really the season, you know, kind of went downhill because they was doing all right until Tua got hurt. And when he came back, Tua was the same. I like Tua as a quarterback. So, yeah, they didn't like that. All right, up next, man, Shemar Stewart finally got his money, but, you know, was saying he really didn't get what he should have got, though. Shemar Stewart's holdout from Bengals finally over, but the numbers say it wasn't worth it in the slightest. Shemar Stewart holdout from Cincinnati Bengals ended Friday. 17th pick in the year, $18.9 million contract, all which is fully guaranteed. So he got that. Getting the deal done requires Stewart and his agent Zach Hiller to accept default language the Bengals wanted to start using in their contracts, which was the whole sticking point to the holdout. Yo, so man, the whole sticking point to the holdout, to dig into it a little bit, was, you know, if you get hurt, it's voided. If all these little things happen, if you get suspended, it's voided for the wrong reason. If you know, this ain't no fully guaranteed money. There's going to be a lot of things to where if you do, you ain't getting this money. And, you know, the agent, I thought he was smart for picking it up. I think a lot of other teams might have didn't pick it up and just signed it. But he picked it up, and he was like, nah, this ain't fair. But at the end of the day, the Bengals won, and they wasn't going to move. Now, the agents are asking for this fully guaranteed money. When you ask for something, when you negotiate, you always know there's going to be a comeback, man. You always know there's going to be a comeback. And I think the Bengals are probably setting a trend right here, because the first trend was starting with Travis Hunter. All the rookies, first, second round, was getting fully guaranteed money, and I ain't never seen that. All their money, they're not getting as much money as they used to, but it's all fully guaranteed. But the Bengals is like, hold up, all right, we'll follow the fully guaranteed trend, but there's going to be a lot more stipulations if it's going to be fully guaranteed. And guess what? They want to get Shemar Stewart. They want to get Shemar Stewart. And well, that's the breaking point. Now, next year, the other teams, they didn't take that chance with their players or nothing like that, but there'll be, watch, they're going to do the same thing to their rookie. That's going to be, for the Bengals, that's going to be normal now. That's going to be normal. Less that, you know, you get these agents a year to figure out something to get past that. But other than that, I think it's going to be normal for the Bengals to do this to their first round pick. especially if he's like Shamar Stewart. You check Shamar Stewart's stats, he's a project. He's a project. Very talented, very good at the combine, but he don't got that many stats, man. So he's a project. And I think that's kind of some of the reason they took this angle. But at the same time, now they set the precedent. I think you're going to see more players getting contracts like Shamar Stewart and definitely the next first round pick for the Bengals, all right? All right, up next, Lions rookie. Lions rookie in camp. All right, looking up to Aiden Hutchinson. Why not? He's a defensive lineman too. His name is Detroit Lions pass rusher Ahmed Hassanin. I don't know how to say it. Ahmed Hassanin. Hassanin. His experience a rare kind of luxury and in more ways than one. Beyond accomplishing the dream of making the NFL a feat in itself, he now finds himself with teammates with Pro Bowl defender Aiden Hutchinson. Hassan not only studied Hutchinson NFL tape while in college at Boise State, but now finds himself being mentored by the very player he once tried to emulate. All right? Aiden was the guy that I was like, okay, what kind of moves can I steal? Hassan told reporters, because when he comes and he just swims inside and makes the tackle, he plays free. I try to play free. I want to play free. I just take the pressure. It just takes the pressure off of me. Just doing the best I can. Selected by the Lions in the 6th round, Hassan has made a habit of sticking close to Pro Bowl teammate, constantly picking his brain. The eagerness hasn't gone unnoticed. After seeing the rookie begin to pick up some of his own moves, Hutchinson couldn't help but give him a hard time. I remember one time when I was coming off the field, he was like, hey, bro, stop studying my tape. And then Hassanin said, and I'm like, man, I just trying to be like you, bro. And when he came off the field, he was like, oh, that's a good job, man. I was like, man, I just want a hug from you. And I literally told him that. He was like, what? So that's what Aiden Hutchinson said. What? I was like, no, bro, I just look up to you so much. I just want to be like you. So he's an amazing dude. I can't wait to keep learning and keep stacking and keep growing. All right, now the reason I brought this up, of course, this rookie, nobody knows him, so I'm putting him on the spotlight. Why? Is another reason, man. You heard his name, Ahmad Hassanin. He is a player that's only been playing football for 7 years, all right? He's from Egypt. And here he is right here for Boise State. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you've seen him, there's another picture of him. You seen him, you think he's just maybe another, light-skinned brother on the block. But nah, he is from Egypt. When he was a young boy, he moved to Egypt with his dad. You know what I'm saying? He was born in America, but moved very young to Egypt, grew up in Egypt. Here's more of the story right here. Hold up. But yeah, grew up in Egypt, and then came back to California when he was starting high school to go live with his brother. And that's what changed his life around. Now, when he was in Egypt, he was doing like the decathlon, playing every other sport but football, track and field, whatever so stuff what he's doing. I think some soccer. And went to play football. And went to wound up being a 3-star recruit, go to Boise State, and now he's in the pros, looking up to Aiden Hutchinson, man. And what he is the first Egyptian player ever to play, an Egyptian citizen, or however you want to call it, native of Egypt, ever to play in the NFL. All right, so his dad's Egyptian, mom's Egyptian. He was born over here real quick, but then moved over there when he was a young boy, came over here in high school, started playing football because the coach seen him and said, maybe you should try the football team out, and boom, all of a sudden he's in the NFL looking up to Aiden Hutchinson, man. And that's why he's so excited trying to give Aiden Hutchinson a hug. Aiden Hutchinson is looking at him like he's weird as hell. But for him this is a dream he probably never even seen happening. You know what I'm saying? He said he had to get away from Egypt because he was getting in all types of trouble. There was all types of violence over there. Sound like America in the hood, you know what I'm saying? He tried to get away, go to college, get away from all the violence. So big up to Aiden Hassanan. I wish I knew how to say his name, man. But yeah, look out for him, man. Like I said, first player ever from Egypt, man. The great Egypt. Africa, baby. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Egyptians look like. I don't think I look like that. I probably ain't from Africa. I'm probably from over here or something, probably, yeah. Anyway, shout out to Egypt, man. Shout out to Egypt. All right, so what I got next, man? All right, so we got some uniform changes coming up too, man. Don't we, Pittsburgh Steelers? Y'all gonna tell me y'all don't like the new jerseys? I like the new jerseys, man. And let me tell you the number one reason I like the new jerseys, right? Because these is the old jerseys right here. And these right here, now them was trash. Them was trash. Okay? And look at the reason that they trash, man. They fucked up and they put that big ass Pittsburgh city seal logo, whatever, in the middle and got the number on the shoulder. That's just ugly, man. You ain't never seen no football jersey with the number on the shoulder. That's trash. Now, I think that's the original. I'm really not sure, but I think that's the original 1933 jersey right there. And that is trash. I would give it to you. Now, you can see they got the black helmet in this one, right? But the new jerseys, you ask me, new jerseys, hold up. Where we at? I ain't bring them in. Hold on. Okay, here they go. Hold on. Got to put it in there. New jerseys. Right here. These is dope. To me, that's nice. Blow this up a little bit. Hold up. That a little bigger up in here. These is nice. Let's see what they did. They switched the number down where it's supposed to be, and they put the insignia up top. I like that. And you got the yellow helmets with the dope ass stripe and the gray face mask, the old school gray face mask. I fucks with it. You got the yellow gloves to match that joint, and you got the khaki pants. That shit's hard to me. Now, didn't even talk about how you got the all black on the back. That shit's sick. You don't like these. Now, I don't want to wear them every week. No. But them is way better than the old ones. Way better than the Bumblebees. They ain't better than them all black color, what they call it? Color rest joints. Nah, I'm not saying that. But these ain't bad, bro. Y'all asked for a yellow jersey. They gave you a yellow jersey. Y'all been begging for a yellow jersey, Pittsburgh. Now, what else I've been begging for is an all-white jersey. I would fuck with that, too. Kind of like how the Bengals got. But these right here, these is nice. I like these. Pat looks sweet. Yellow helmet sweet. And Smith looks sweet. And you see they got the TJ Watt for sale. So yeah, man, I'm ready for these. I think we're going to be wearing these against Green Bay Week 8 for Aaron Rodgers comeback game. I think we go to Green Bay, I believe. And, you know, anytime you play in Green Bay, it's going to feel like a throwback game. You know what I'm saying? They ain't changed their jerseys in a million years. So whatever jerseys they decide to wear, it's going to look like a throwback. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I fucks with these jerseys, man. I don't know who's hating on these joints, but it ain't me. But now I know I probably changed your mind, man. Them is better than y'all been talking trash. All these trash. That's all you hear. These is trash. No, they're not. But we do got to see how they look on the field. But I'll tell you one motherfucking thing I motherfucking know. If we win in these bitches, everybody's going to like them. If we lose, it's a wrap. You know how we get down, Pittsburgh. Nobody who liked them bumblebee shit until we was winning in them. We was winning in them bitches. Every time we threw them on, the Killer Bees was killing. Became a fan favorite. This will become a fan favorite if we beat the Green Bay Packers and we having a winning season this year. Then fuck around the next season, we're going to wear them again because we won. And we're going to win again in these motherfuckers. But there are away jerseys, and we need some good luck away jerseys. We need them. Steelers be losing when we be traveling, man. So we need that. We definitely can use that. All right, up next, man. Another little jersey change here. The Bills going back to the 0-4 Super Bowl Bills helmets. You know what I'm saying? Why? No other reason probably that they sweet. They don't need the mojo from them Bills, man. Maybe they need some Bruce Smith mojo and play some defense a little better. But, I mean, Josh Allen is holding it down, but maybe they just want to get over the hump. Maybe they just want to get to the Super Bowl like they used to just get to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The Bills, them was my boys back in the day. I mean, I still fuck with the Bills a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, those helmets, it's definitely dope. So I don't know when they're going to be putting these on, but the Bills are going back to the red helmets. Probably you're going to see them rocking with both jerseys this year. Probably the blue and the white jerseys. Who knows? I don't know if they're going back to them every week, but we'll see the Bills in these red helmets. These dope. Definitely dope. I'm ready to see that. You know they be on TV, so they'll probably wait a Thursday night or something like that. All right, man. Hey, you see the question of the day? Let me know, man. Top 5 NFL player nicknames. You know what I'm saying? I got my little list right here. Help me finish it. There we go. Yeah, man. Here we go. Like I said, I got the bus first. Night Train Lane. Slash. Cordell Slash Thor. Beast Mode. I might switch Beast Mode for Slash, though. Matter of fact, yeah, I done made my decision. I done said it about 3 times. I'm switching. Got Slash here. Then I'm going Beast Mode third, man. Sorry, Cordell. Tell me if you disagree with me. Tell me if I'm tripping. I'm going Beast Mode third, man. Fuck it. Top 5 NFL player nicknames ever. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Like I said, honorable mention, man. I might try to get up in there. Was Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare, right? Walter Payton, Sweetness. Got Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? Big Ben might deserve to be up in there. Big Ben's definitely in the top 10. But can Nigerian Nightmare bust? Should he bust through this, man? Should he be over Ocho Cinco? I'm starting to maybe want to drop Ocho Cinco now. Can't put Ocho Cinco over Slash. I'm not doing it. So I think we got 2 Steelers in the top 5 when it comes to NFL player nicknames. Top 5 ever. Definitely 2 up in there. All right, but that's just me, man. All right, it's halftime, man. Hey, look, we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. We got more coming up for you. A whole bunch of more NFL talk, man. More training camp talk. We'll get back into some Steelers shit. Gonna get into some Cam Newton and Ryan Clark, man. So hang around for that, man. Give you my opinion. You let me know how you feel, man. Hey, so we out, man. We'll be right back, though. It's halftime, baby. Wow, yeah. It's halftime. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. It ain't over till it's over. Pull back, run you over. It's the halftime show. We need a turnover. Pick six. It's your boy Filthy Rich. Turn me up in this bitch. Hit the like button. That's the right button. Call in to the show if you know something, but you probably know nothing. Not my fault that you're playing for the wrong team, wrong scheme. Strike you out like Paul schemes. It was all a drink. You never gon' win a thing. Nah. Yeah, you know what it is. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. It ain't over till it's over. Pull back, run you over. It's the halftime show. We need a turnover. Pick six. It's your boy Filthy Rich. Turn me up in this bitch. Hit the like button. That's the right button. Call in to the show if you know something, but you probably know nothing. Not my fault that you're playing for the wrong team, wrong scheme. Strike you out like Paul schemes. It was all a drink. You never gon' win a thing. Nah. Yeah, you know what it is. It's halftime. Yeah. It's halftime. I'll be right back. Yeah. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. I'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. Yeah. It's halftime. I appreciate you coming out, man. If you were with me on the underground, man, calling to the show, man. We live. Talk your sports, talk your shit. You know what I mean? Hit me up in the comment section, man. Got a lot more for you. We're gonna hit up some Cam Newton, some Ryan Clark, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit up some more Steeler talk. Yeah, we're gonna definitely hit up some preseason games coming up, man. They ain't far away, so let's talk about it, baby. Ow, it's the underground. Yeah. I'll be right back. I appreciate y'all watching the halftime show, baby. It is what it is. Let's get back into it, all right? Like I said, man, I wanted to get into this Cam Newton, Ryan Clark beef. First of all, top 5 NFL player nicknames, man. Help me out, man. You see my list, the bus, Night Train Lane, Beast Mode Slash, and Ocho Cinco. Tell me if I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing, all right? So, we'll leave that up on the screen for a little bit while I get into this Cam Newton, Ryan Clark thing. Now, man, if you watched the show before, and if you haven't, I'm going to just tell you straight up, man. You know I've been on Ryan Clark's ass, period. He's one of my main culprits who just be talking too motherfucking much, man. And I say it over and over again. When you talk too much, eventually you're going to say the wrong shit. And Ryan Clark is the captain of that team right now, man. He has taken over for Stephen A. Smith, and he is the captain of saying too much about some shit he just need to shut the fuck up about, man, because you make yourself look crazy, bro. You make yourself look like a hater. And when at the same time you calling somebody else a hater, you exposing yourself, bro. And I keep telling you that. Relax. You don't have to say everything that come to your mind just because you're getting paid to, bro. Now, I just want to say, you know what I'm saying? We all know the backdrop, right? Ryan Clark, Cam Newton going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to point out a couple things, you know what I'm saying, that I noticed, man. And so let's just listen to this first little soundbite I got and to go back to where it all started with Cam Newton kind of just asking a question. But let's go back to this real quick.
Ryan Clark safe. I'm not.
Cam has to understand the weight of his voice. There were so many other ways to approach who Jaden could be in the second season outside of the sophomore slump. Any negativity you bring, it's hate.
Is that a right or wrong?
Now, am I tripping or is Ryan Clark tripping?
Ryan Clark safe. Ryan Clark safe.
Now, Cam Newton starting out saying Ryan Clark's safe. And he's right. He's right. And that's all Cam Newton did when he asked about Jaden Daniels. It was to a rapper, Wale, on his Funky Friday show. He's from D.C. He fucks with football. Wale used to play some football, you know what I'm saying? So Wale know what he's talking about when it comes to football. And he asked him, do you think it's a possibility that Jaden Daniels can have a sophomore slump? He didn't say Jaden Daniels will have a sophomore slump. He's interviewing Wale and he asked him, is it possible? That's your squad. I'm asking you about your squad. I'm just asking you. We've seen it before from players. It ain't like it's impossible. I got a whole show lined up already when he get closer to the season coming of who's going to be sophomore slumps. And guess what? Jaden Daniels is on my list. It's just a question. To create content, to have conversations about sports. So why does Ryan Clark go there? Let's listen up again.
I'm not.
Cam has to understand the weight of his voice. There were so many other ways to approach who Jaden could be in the second season outside of the sophomore slump. Any negativity you bring, it's hate.
Is that a right?
Any negativity you bring is hate. So anytime I say something negative about a player, like he didn't have a good game, he didn't play well, he didn't read that right, he didn't get his feet in bounds, I'm hating. Sophomore slump is a real thing. It really happens. There's teams that go to the Super Bowl and lose, and they call it the Super Bowl hangover the next year. It really happens. So am I hating on the Chiefs if I say, are they going to have Super Bowl hangover when we've seen it a million times in NFL history? Mr. Ryan Clark? Am I hating on the Chiefs when I say that? Am I hating on Patrick Mahomes when I say, damn, You know, they didn't look good in that Super Bowl. Well, I was just talking about the Bills, and you know, they was lose big Super Bowls, and you know they didn't go into slumps, but other teams have. Other teams have. They lose that Super Bowl, they can't get back to form. They never come back from it. But still, how am I a hater just because I asked that question? And that's what Cam Newton don't understand. And that's his problem with Ryan Clark. And that's my problem with Ryan Clark. He should have a problem with Ryan Clark. Because how you going to call me, you just say hate like that?
Ways to approach who Jaden could be in the second season outside of the sophomore slump. Any negativity you bring, it's hate.
There's not a right or wrong way to talk about sports. This is what you should have. No, you can't do that with me, bro. The same Cam that Jaden Daniels get is the same Cam that RG3 get. It's the same Cam that Shannon Sharp get, Stephen A get, Molly Curran get. I don't switch up. I love LeBron James, but that don't mean they ain't gonna talk about Bronny. Nobody is above critique if you playing the game of football or any sport. Just because he's a model citizen, we can't critique his game. I find that mighty strange. I'm gonna keep it above. I still have to do my due diligence as a member of the media to voice my opinion. Will you? Oh. You wanna play it safe. Safe don't get you nowhere. It gets you cut. Who's really winning in media right now? And every single person that you'll say is winning, they have their own distinct style of their message. So, on our platform, at 4th and 1, I don't want to be safe. I want it to be intentional. I ain't swinging to get on first base. I'm swinging for the fences. And while you swing, yeah, you may strike out. And everybody may be pointing as you go into the dugout. But guess what? I swung. So I respect Ryan Clark. But Ryan Clark is safe.
All right, so like you said, man, Ryan Clark is safe. And he is playing it safe. He's trying to be friendly with Jaden Daniels for no necessary reason. That don't mean that I don't like Jaden Daniels because I asked a question to a fan. You think there will be a sophomore slump? That's all he did, bro. Go back and watch the video on Funky Friday with Wale. That's all he did. And Ryan Clark just attacked him. But there's something brewing here, man. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. There's something brewing here. Don't let me forget. There's something brewing here. All right? But anyway, my next video, let's talk about
right? So
Ryan Clark's comeback, okay?
we have to stop allowing people to have excuses to disrespect Jalen Hurts. And Cam recently said I was playing things safe. So let me cook for a second here, right? So there's different ways to look at it. Historically and presently, Jalen Hurts is the top 10 quarterback. And you're going to look at it different ways. You're going to look at talents above, X's and O's, the ability to help your team win. And then to me, it's proximity to the GOAT. Let's take Cam Newton, right? What made Cam Newton great?
That's all cool what he said. It's all cool what he said about
Quarterback.
Jalen.
And you're going to look at it different ways. You're going to look at...
Now he's talking about, Jalen Hurts, okay? Because this came after Cam Newton didn't put Jalen Hurts in his top 10 either. So now he wants to tie to Jalen Hurts because of his opinion, right? But look what he said.
Talents above, X's and O's, the ability to help your team win. And then to me, it's proximity to the GOAT. Let's take Cam Newton, right? What made Cam Newton great? He could be powerful in short yardage and goal line. He could extend plays with his legs. He was this big physical presence. So is Jalen Hurts, right? Cam Newton went to the playoffs 4 times. Jalen Hurts been to the playoffs 4 times already. Cam Newton went to 3 Pro Bowls. Jalen Hurts already been to 2. Cam Newton was an MVP, and he got to the Super Bowl, and he forgot to bring his cape. When Jalen Hurts is going to the Super Bowl, he's brought his cape, and he's also brought the Avengers with him, who are not even in D.C. They in Marvel, right?
Now, hold on. At the same time, he's dissing Cam Newton. He's making Cam Newton's point, all right? Now, what Cam Newton said about Jalen Hurts is that it's hard for him to judge him, and that's why he's not in my top 10. It's hard for me to judge Jalen Hurts like I do these guys that I do have in my top 10 because he's on the better team. They just said he brought his cape and the Avengers. So he got the fucking Avengers with him. And that's what Cam Newton said. He's on the best fucking team, bruh. One of the best defenses in the NFL, if not the best. Two of the best receivers on the outside in the NFL. The best running back. The best offensive line. I mean, what else can you ask for? So he said he's playing on a better team. These other dudes is dragging teams. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, even Baker Mayfield, even fucking Matt Stafford, even Jaden Daniels. He got Jaden Daniels in his top 10, so how much is he dissing him? The point is, this is his opinion. And why would you start attacking him? Why would you say, well, when you was there, when you was in the league, when you played, you did this, you did this. That ain't what the top 10 list is about. What that got to do with Cam Newton? Just because, so if I never made it to the NFL at all, I can't talk about NFL football. That's the criteria you putting this in, Ryan Clark, and that's why it's fucking dumb. And that's why Cam Newton made you look stupid next, bruh. That's why Cam Newton made you look stupid.
Okay, let's pull up your stats. We want to attack the messenger,
Right.
Ryan Clark. Okay, let's pull up your stats. Second team All-SEC. We cannot relate. Undrafted in 2002. We cannot relate. Then you have one Pro Bowl in 2011. We cannot relate. So if you want to unlock Petty Cam, and everything that Cam Newton has ever said on this 4th and 1 show has always been backed by merit and logic, but some way, shape, form, people keep attacking Cam, the person, or why he didn't jump on the fumble, why he didn't do this, or comparing and contrasting. So when I compare and contrast you guys' statistics and Dan Orlovsky, never mind. But as we keep going and we keep unlocking and keep poking the bear, and y'all want to play this game, we want to attack the messenger, Ryan Clark.
Now we all heard that, but I'm here for my opinion. He's absolutely right. Why did you start? I just said it, right? Why did you start picking on me? Because I got an opinion about a dude. I got to be hating on a dude because I don't feel the same way you feel. I got to be hating on him. It ain't like I didn't have him 11 or 12, or you act like I had him last on the list. Like you found my list for all quarterbacks in the NFL and I had him last. That's how Ryan Clark's acting. Now, that's the second time he accused this dude of a hater. And if I was Cam Newton, I would have said the same shit, yo. If we gonna start talking about, or you know what I'm saying, you can't talk about me at all because you wasn't me. You wasn't me. Now, Cam Newton was on a team that was trash, bro. The Carolina Panthers. Okay? And dragged them to the Super Bowl, winning the MVP on the way, only losing one game with dudes dropping the ball without really a true number one receiver. They had a good defense. They had good running backs, but we all knew Cam was dragging them. Dragging them. That's why he won the MVP. But you, sir, Jalen Hurts, you had a lot of help. And Cam just feel like it's hard to judge you. Not that you're trash. Nobody's saying you're trash. But also Cam Newton took a trash Auburn and won a national championship with them. When you, Jalen Hurts, failed at Alabama. When you had all the talent in the world around you, they had to yank you in the championship game. They was never yanking Cam Newton. Never. Now you see with Cam Newton saying how your situation can be different. And you never seen him in the situation that Cam Newton was in. So Cam ain't saying he's the worst quarterback in the league. He's just not in his top 10 because it's hard to prove that he's the man with the team around him. And then you look at his stats. He didn't even throw for 3,000 yards, bro. And most of his touchdowns on the ground was tush pushes. Y'all seen it. It was all tush pushes getting into the end zone. Not that Jalen Hurts can't run around and scramble. We all know Jalen Hurts is a great scrambler, but he had a lot of icing on the cake with that tush push. So the stats is a little inflated there. If you want to include all his rushing stats. So Cam Newton ain't dead motherfucking wrong. And you can put Jalen Hurts in your top 10 if you want to. I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't even rank no top 10. Jalen Hurts might be in my top 10. But for Cam's argument, bruh, only throwing for 2,900 yards, that's telling you something, man. That's telling you if you still won a Super Bowl, your quarterback only threw the ball when you needed to throw it, and you wasn't winning the games. You wasn't going out there super gunslinging this shit, right? Now let me pull up some more shit for y'all. More proof. We're gonna come back to that, but some more proof that Cam Newton, I mean not Cam Newton, but I'm gonna say Cam Newton was kind of right. Okay? So let's go to the first game, all right? Philadelphia Eagles in Week 16 versus the Washington Commanders. Lost 33-36, all right? Now, what's his name? Jalen Hurts started this game, but he got hurt. He was 1 for 4 for 11 yards before he gets hurt. Comes out the game. Kenny Pickett goes in, who we all know, right? Kenny Pickett, first-round pick from the Pittsburgh Steelers, got shipped out of town because he couldn't do shit. Kenny Pickett's trash, right? That's the word. Now he's with Cleveland. Shador should be starting over him. Dylan Gabriel should be starting over him. Flacco should be starting over him. He's the worst quarterback on the roster. They're going to trade him already. They're going to cut him already. He comes in last year in relief, not even expecting to start the game. He goes 14 for 24, 143 yards, 1 touchdown. When Saquon Barkley has 29 attempts for 150 yards, and they still throw up 33 points. Yeah, they lost, but they still threw up 33 points against the team that they played in the NFC Championship later on that season. They still moved the ball with Kenny Pickett coming in relief. In relief. So what does that say to Cam Newton's argument? And what does that say to Ryan Clark's dumbass argument that Cam Newton is just a hater and don't know what the fuck he's talking about if Kenny Pickett could come in and do the same thing Jalen Hurts do? Move the ball still. Now, they might have lost a barn burner by 3 points, but still, 33 points. 33 points. And really, the defense looked like they gave it up. If you look at the box score, Philly was up 21-7. They was up 21-7, and they let Washington score 22 points in the fourth quarter. So it looks like the defense kind of let them down that day. Jayden Daniels with the work. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about, Ryan Clark?
Mind when you see Cam Newton.
Let's go to the next game. My bad on that one. Get out of here. Let's go to the next game I got. All right? So next week, now Kenny Pickett knows he's going to start against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 17, back at home. The Eagles win 41-7. Kenny Pickett, 10 for 15. Moderate, 143 yards and a touchdown. No interceptions. All right? T. McKee comes into the game. I don't even know who T. McKee is. I don't know if Kenny Pickett got hurt or whatever, but he's 3 for 4, 54 yards and 2 touchdowns. Once again, Saquon Barkley, 31 carries, 167 yards. Like Cam Newton said, best running back in the league, best line in the league. Even in receptions, Devontae Smith, 6 receptions, 120 yards. Beast mode. So Cam Newton is right, Ryan Clark. Where the fuck is you getting this hate from, dog? You just picked up Cam's career and said, oh, you ain't better than Jalen Hurts, so you hate it. Just because you ain't win no Super Bowl, because you lost the Super Bowl. Because you didn't jump on the fumble. Now, that fumble, man, I still can't understand that. That's the softest shit I ever seen. The only soft thing I seen Cam Newton ever do. And I don't want to say soft as shit. I was about to say that like he'll do a lot of soft shit because I never seen him do nothing soft. That's the only thing I ever seen him do soft. And I don't know what went on in his head, what type of glitch happened. I know quarterbacks want to protect themselves. And maybe he was thinking Super Bowl, I got to protect myself. I got to stay in the game. But, you know, that was critical, man. And, you know, that was pretty wild. But just to call him out for that, and that's the only thing people can say to Cam. Other than that, toughest motherfucker out there, man. One of the toughest motherfuckers ever to play football.
I'm designating Fred.
And I love my boy Asante Daniels. I'm going to let him go off on Ryan Clark for me real quick.
Taylor, the lead role of the Pivot
Let's start it
Pod.
over.
I'm designating Fred Taylor the lead role of the Pivot Podcast. Yeah, that's right. Fred Taylor, it's time for you to take over the lead role, especially when it comes to greats being interviewed by the Pivot Podcast. When it's time to ask greats questions, Ryan Clark, you need to be third in line. It's too many underachieving players that think they are qualified to criticize greatness. And it's starting with Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark is the number one culprit of this crap going on. Being a great player, it is so watered down nowadays because of people like Ryan Clark who don't have a freaking clue. As soon as someone's name is popular, in Ryan Clark's eyes, they are great. But he can't present no facts behind his claims. Only thing he can do is mimic someone else. And people that never played the sport but are part of determining who is great in the football media space are most of the problem and part of the problem, along with Ryan Clark. Do you understand how much work myself, along with other greats, had to put in to achieve our greatness? While this dude, Ryan Clark, was nothing but a crash dump. Ryan Clark will be remembered for being a cornball in this media space and nothing from football. Yeah, maybe a big hit. Probably one big hit. Like I say, he's a crash dummy. So he would go out there and run into the wall.
Hey, I ain't say it this time. This time it wasn't me. Ryan Clark, you be doing too much, bruh. My boy Asante Samuels, who I fucks with, he told him about his goddamn self. He the right person to do it. He been on the field with him, called him a crash dummy. Now look, Ryan Clark was nice in that defense for the Steelers. Don't get it twisted. He did what he asked him to do, but nobody knew Ryan Clark before that. He's right. Nobody knew Ryan Clark before he came to the Steelers. He won his Super Bowl and all that. I give it to him. But look, man, you talking too much. It's really that simple. I'm about to start calling you RC Cola, bruh, because all you do is pop off at the mouth and you don't be paying attention to what you said. You just pop off. Then you get mad, pop off again, and you ain't even registering what you said. That's why you'll never hear me. You'll never see me on this motherfucker every day. Because I like to think about what I'm about to say. Because I can't just be spewing off the mouth because eventually you're going to say something stupid. Now, them dudes get paid to talk every day, so I ain't mad. If somebody gave me a check, I'll run my mouth every day. But I'll be up all night thinking about what the fuck I'm about to say tomorrow because I don't want to say nothing as stupid as Ryan Clark, yo. And he's infamous for it. He did the same shit with RG3. You can go back and watch my RG3 videos, man, and I tell you the same shit. Ignorant motherfucker. Real shit, Ryan Clark, man. You need to wake up and understand what you be saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? But on behalf of Cam Newton, not going for the fumble, let's listen to his boy right here.
You know, your mind when you see Cam Newton double clutch.
Hold up, my bad. This is boy. What was the tight end's name? Damn, hold up. What's his name again? Oh yeah, Greg Olsen. My bad. Having a brain fart. My man Greg Olsen. Let's see what he got to say real quick.
Your mind when you see Cam Newton
being a part of the NFL, and it's very interesting. Caleb Williams
can double clutch on that fumble.
You know, I think to the outside world, and I mean this sincerely, this is not me covering for Cam. Of every guy I've ever played with, if there was ever a guy that you did not have to question his physicality, his toughness, his competitiveness, it was Cam. And that is not a cliche cover for him. Like, if he pulled up in the moment for that ball, I've heard him talk about on his podcast, like, in the moment, that was not, I'm scared to go get hit. As we all have been there in time, your reaction to what you see in the moment and feel, and it's hard to really even quantify what you do. You react. For 10 years, I watched that guy put his life on his body, his life, his career on the line in big moments, in meaningful games, in Wednesday practice, in training camp, all between. People want to knock Cam for a lot of things, fine. You cannot knock him for not being competitive, for not being tough. And when it came time to going out there to play, that dude played his ass off every day.
Your mind when you see Cam Newton.
You heard it. You heard it from Greg Olsen, baby. Now, that was his guy, but I'm sure Greg Olsen ain't going to get out there and bullshit. Don't seem like the type of guy to me. We all know Greg Olsen, great on TV. Even though Tom Brady took his spot, he was considered the best before Tom Brady took his spot. But yeah, Greg Olsen being honest about Cam Newton, man, and, you know, defending his boy, man, and that's good because, you know, Cam Newton's right in this situation, you asked me. Like he said, I said the same thing. I can't explain why Cam Newton did jump on that fumble. But what you can do is say that you ever seen Cam Newton being soft anywhere else. You never seen that. He was running through. If anything, they was trying to tell him to protect your body, bruh. That's why he didn't play that long. Eventually, his body broke down. You can be big all you want, but, you know, playing like that, it's going to take a toll on you, man. In that type of league, it's definitely going to take a toll on you. All right? So shout out to Cam Newton, man, and my man Ryan Clark, man. You need to make better decisions when you running your mouth, bro. That's just sorry, man. That's just how I see it. I really do, man. That's just how I see it. All right, up next, man. Let's talk about some Steelers a little bit, man. Let's see, man. We got Steelers going a little bit of everywhere all over the league, and we miss our boo, man. You ever had a girlfriend, man, you let her go, or a little chick you was checking for her, man, or little chick that you was feeling, or little chick that at least you was like having relations with, and then she gone, you know what I'm saying? You be feeling the blues a little bit. You be trying to hold it down, trying to be tough. You be like, God damn, that shit was all right, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Should I call her? No, don't call her, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But which boo will we miss the most this year in Pittsburgh, man? We got a lot of people coming in, but we had some people going out. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't all that bad. You know what I mean? And we're going to miss anybody. Now, I got me a little hit list here. You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson's out there at the Giants. Look like he about to spark it up. Dayball already saying, hey, he's my number one guy. He's my starter. Jackson Dart done threw an interception on his first motherfucking pass in the training camp. So it's all looking up for Russell Wilson to be the starter in New York. And everybody's saying they got a decent roster. So, you know, will we miss Russell Wilson, or will he be better in New York than he is in Pittsburgh, than he was in Pittsburgh? Is he in a better situation with Malik Neighbors? Huh? He got a bona fide number one receiver. Got some other little scrappy little receivers. Scatterboo in the backfield. Tracy Johnson in the backfield. I don't know, man. Russell Wilson starting over with some young boys that he can lead. No George Pickens distraction to Malik Neighbors is nothing like George Pickens. I can see Malik Neighbors listening to Russell Wilson, sucking that stuff up. He's a little younger than George Pickens, start feeling himself after a while. We'll get to George. But next up on my list is Justin Fields, man. Now, we talked about him a little bit earlier. Stubbed his toe, dislocated his index toe. Never heard that one, but I'm figuring that's that little middle toe right next to the big toe. But yeah, he's getting paid a lot. Will he finally step up? Don't Justin Fields still feel like a rookie, y'all? Still like Justin Fields is just stuck in his rookie year. So if things trend the same way it's been trending for Justin Fields, I don't think we'll miss Justin Fields. We might have missed out on I'm about to say it wrong. We might have lucked up missing out on Justin Fields, man. Because I don't know, man. Been playing for a long time. Ain't got it done yet. You know, definitely, you know, he's got some attributes, man, but he's just been stuck where he's been stuck. Been stuck in rookie mode, running around. Can he get into a team like the Steelers into the playoffs? Yeah, but they make the playoffs with everybody. It's not what we're looking for no more, right? We want Aaron Rodgers to get us over the hump. And that might be even too much for Aaron Rodgers, but at least try something different, man. You know, they didn't really give Justin Fields his due chance, but to pay him what he wanted, and you could pay Aaron Rodgers $10 million for a smarter guy from the neck up, way more experience, way better passer, of course. You know, more of an outspoken leader, which the Steelers needed some leaders on offense. Why not start with the quarterback? No matter if he's old or not, he's going to lead the team. Justin Fields is quiet, sit back, be one of the fellas. That ain't what we need. That defense deserves more than that here in Pittsburgh, so I don't think we'll miss Justin Fields, all right? Next up, Minka Fitzpatrick, though, man. That was a heart, everybody took that to the heart. Like, from the end, once you thought about it, you was like, all right, I can deal, I get it. But when the news first hit you, you was like, oh, shit. But now we got this up in the, if we got a weak spot on our defense mentally, on paper, it's still Minka Fitzpatrick's position because it's going to be hard to replace a guy like that. Talent-wise, you're not going to replace Minka Fitzpatrick talent-wise. But where you can replace him is scheme-wise. Now, I believe the Steelers feel like their scheme was too simple for the position that Minka Fitzpatrick was playing. I was saying that from the very beginning. They feel like they don't need to pay a guy that much money to sit back in center field. So it tells me that they plan to sit back in center field again and let everybody else roam around. It did work last year. The Steelers was number 11 in defense, and they could have been better if they got supported by some offense. They would have been top 10, 8, maybe 5. You never know. But I'm putting it on an offense to make the Steelers step up. I'm not worried about Minka Fitzpatrick being gone right now. I'm not saying he didn't make us a better team, but what will make us a way better defense, no matter who's back there, is some fucking offense. Some support. We don't want to keep going 3 and out at the beginning of every fucking game. So your defense is playing the first fucking 7 minutes of the goddamn game. Come on now. That ain't cool. That shit happened way too much last year. And that was the reasoning and the seasoning for our downfall a lot. Up next, we're going to miss our boo, Najee Harris. Everybody wanted to ship Najee out of town. Shit, 2 years ago, everybody's tired of Najee, can't see. Everybody's tired of Najee jumping over people he should have ran over. Najee just wasn't it. 1,000 yards ain't shit, Najee Harris. Najee Harris ain't, 1,000 yards ain't shit 4 years in a row, Najee Harris. Being number 6 on the all-time rushing leader list for the Pittsburgh Steelers ain't shit, and you just in your rookie contract. That ain't shit, Najee Harris. All them tough runs you did have, that ain't shit, Najee Harris. Nah, we ain't gonna miss Najee Harris. Sure about that? Sure about that. Because who on that team right now, is tougher than Najee Harris? Who right now is more durable than Najee Harris on that team? Don't say Caleb Johnson, because we don't know Caleb Johnson yet. And I'm not hating on Caleb Johnson. I wanted the Steelers to get Caleb Johnson. My 2 guys I wanted the Steelers to get: Amari Hampton, Caleb Johnson. But he's still a rookie. It's still a mystery. Say he's been looking good, but they ain't even got shoulder pads on yet. Jalen Warren gets hurt time to time, and Najee Harris never got hurt. And Najee Harris had 1,000 yards every year. Then, people be saying, 1,000 yards ain't shit. All right. Until you ain't getting it. Until you ain't getting that shit. Let's look something up. NFL rush leaders. I could be wrong. Let's see. NFL rush leaders. All right, we connected back. Back online, back live. My bad, real quick. Lost the signal. Where was that? Okay, I was looking at NFL leaders. Okay, so top 16 running backs is over 1,000 yards. All right. Najee Harris is number 14. So he had more than Joe Mixon and James Cook, who's begging for money right now from his team. Rico Dowdle had 1,000 yards, good running back. James Conner. I mean, they all right here together, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what do you want a running back to get? If you get, 1,300? You actually good? But there's only 6 dudes over 1,300. Let me say 7. Kyren Williams got $12.99. So, I mean, it's still productive. But then you got a whole bunch of teams, man. Whole bunch of dudes. Let's see who 32 is. 32 is Tyler Algier. You got Kareem Hunt. Tanks Bigsby going from the bottom. David Montgomery, still a good back. Don't got 1,000. Jordan Mason, Brian Robinson, Ramondre Stevenson. He's the number 1 back. Don't got it. Tyrone Tracy, Breece Hall don't got it. Damn, Jay Daniels had 891 yards. That's crazy. Lamar had 915. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but I mean, he's middle of the pack. Running back. I mean, not the worst running back in the league, man. So there's no guarantees that Najee Harris won't be missed by Pittsburgh, especially his toughness, especially his wear down ability. He was consistent, and he was there every motherfucking game. And now we got to wonder, it's a mystery. A lot of things on our offense is a mystery. That's why I was saying earlier, Aaron Rodgers got to play a lot in the preseason, man. As much as you don't want him to get hurt, we can't go out there and act like he just going to get it, because that ain't true. So remember, I said that, man. If they treat him like some seasoned veteran, even though I know he is, but not for us. Not for us, man. You got to get him out there and let him play. Get his timing right, because it already ain't right. Now, last but not least, George Pickens, baby. What we miss? Our boo, George Pickens. George Pickens is a yes and no. Of course, you're going to miss George. George Pickens is hella talented. You will miss George Pickens' talent. You will not miss George Pickens' attitude. You won't. At least not when on this team. You done burnt that bread. He was never going to change as long as you're on this team. He might switch it up for the Cowboys, but he's one of them dudes you can tell he know how to act until he don't know how to act. He know how to act till he get comfortable. Once he feel like he's comfortable to do what he want to do, he's going to start doing what he want to do. I don't see no quitters on this new team. I don't want no quitter on my team. Anybody that quit on this team during the game, it's just hard to forgive for me. It's hard to forget. You still worried about the Steelers taking shots, saying that, yeah, I'm ready to run some good plays and shit like that. But I do think George Pickens is going to be good for the Cowboys because the Cowboys need the shit. They need a shot of adrenaline. They need somebody to wow out. But the Steelers, we don't need that. We always play strong. We always play tough. That's in our tradition. Cowboys is what it is. They soft, and they need a tough guy. And CeeDee Lamb needs some help. They've been begging for some help forever. Now tell me, is you the number one guy if your team can't win and because they constantly asking for a number wide receiver, like a wide receiver too, or you just not good enough? Because, like, when AB was here, I never remember them having to, like, say, who's going to be our wide receiver too? We're not going to be able to pass the ball. When it was Big Ben and it was AB, it's just get over there, dog. Run your fucking route. It's going to help me. I'm going to get open. Double team, don't matter. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to have you wide open, matter of fact, no matter who you are. I just don't remember that with AB. And, yeah, Jerry Rice had John Taylor, but I never remember them like, ooh, we going to make sure we got this guy over there on the other side of Randy Moss. No. I mean, Chris Carter still did his thing, no matter who was on the other side. So it's just a quick question, you know what I mean? Like, is George Pickens really that guy, or is DK Metcalf? But they should be good together. Should be really good together. I think the Cowboys are going to benefit from George Pickens at least for 1 to 2 years. Good player. They need to spump because they've been pushovers and they need to push back. And George Pickens is definitely going to push back. Might push back in the wrong direction, but he's pushing back. He's pushing back. All right, man. Well, shit. We done talked about a lot tonight. Got some more for you coming up, man. These preseason games is going to be coming through pretty soon, man. You see my top 5 player nicknames. Tell me if I'm right. Who did I leave out? I leave out Christian Okoye. He deserved to be there. Nigerian Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Or Big Ben. Tom Brady ain't had no nickname. His nickname was just Brady. If I say Brady, ooh, Brady. Manning was the sheriff. That ain't stick too well. So I think I got it right, man. You tell me if I got it right, I got it wrong. It is what it is. But we got my next show, man, we're getting into some more preseason games around the league. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers definitely get to see Travis Hunter first. We got Jacksonville first. So, yeah, we get to see the two-way player, Travis Hunter, and see what he do coming up first. So, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming out. Hit the like button, subscribe to the show. You know what I'm saying? When the season start, for the games, we're going to be doing our thing from about 11:30 all the way up to game time, man. We talk about some bets, talk about the big games coming up all around the league, not just the Steelers. We're going to be everywhere with it. Definitely going to be everywhere with it. So, like I said, man, like, subscribe, and I appreciate y'all coming out, man. It's the Underground, man. Holla at y'all next time. Ow.
Productions, baby.
Yeah, It's the underground. It's the underground. It's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground. It's the underground. Yeah, it's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. Move the sticks. First down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the gang locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done.
To a Robin Banks Productions, baby.